Today, we're going to go much deeper into a question that people usually only think about in extremes or fiction. What if society collapsed tomorrow? Not in a dramatic movie-style way with instant chaos everywhere, but in a realistic, step-by-step breakdown of what actually happens. When the systems that support everyday life stop working, supply chains fail, infrastructure weakens, services disappear, and everything you rely on becomes uncertain. Because the truth is, modern society doesn't run on one system. It runs on thousands of interconnected ones. And when those systems stop, even partially, the effects don't come all at once. They unfold layer by layer. At the very beginning, it wouldn't feel like a total collapse. It would feel like disruption. Things would seem off. Deliveries don't arrive. Shops close early. Payment systems might stop working. Communication networks could become unreliable. At this stage, most people wouldn't panic. They would assume it's temporary. A delay, a glitch, something that will be fixed soon. But within the first 24 to 48 hours, patterns start forming. Shelves begin to empty because resupply has stopped. Modern stores don't hold large backstock. They rely on constant flow. Once that flow breaks, availability drops quickly. As soon as people realize restocking isn't happening, behavior changes. Buying becomes urgent. Basic items disappear first. Food, water, fuel. As those supplies shrink, the next layer starts to weaken. Infrastructure. Water systems depend on electricity, treatment, and maintenance. If any part of that chain fails, water quality and availability become uncertain. Electricity might remain active initially, but outages begin to appear. And once power becomes unstable, everything connected to it fails. Refrigeration stops. Communication devices lose charge. Heating systems shut down. At this point, the shift from inconvenience to reality happens. Life is no longer about routine. It's about managing basic needs. Then comes the behavioral shift. People move from waiting to acting. At first, it's subtle, visiting more shops, checking for supplies. Those who have some level of preparation, extra food, stored water, alternative energy, gain time. Time to think, plan, and adapt. Those without it feel pressure immediately. Food becomes limited. Water becomes a concern. Every basic need becomes something you have to actively manage. Daily life changes completely. Food is no longer something you casually decide on. It becomes something you calculate. Water becomes even more critical. Without reliable supply, you need sources, storage, and ways to make it safe. Energy changes your entire rhythm. Without electricity, your day follows daylight. Nights become darker, quieter, and more limiting. Time itself starts to feel different. In a collapsed system, time is structured around necessity. Most of your day is spent maintaining basic conditions. There's very little wasted time, but there's also very little rest. Your mind is running through possibilities, risks, and next steps. The people who adapt best are not necessarily the strongest physically, but the ones who can shift their thinking quickly. They stop expecting systems to return immediately and start working with what they have. They focus on food, water, safety, and stability. In densely populated areas, the effects are faster and more intense because more people rely on the same limited resources. In rural areas, there may be more space and flexibility, but challenges still exist, especially if access to external resources is limited. Modern life was not just convenient. It was supported by constant coordination. Food didn't appear randomly. Power didn't generate itself. When that coordination disappears, responsibility shifts back to the individual. Everything you need, you now have to secure and protect. Preparation is the defining factor. When systems fail, you don't gain new skills. You rely on what you already have. Extra food gives you time. Stored water gives you stability. Alternative energy gives you options. Without those, Every decision becomes urgent. Stability is not automatic, it's maintained. Resilience is built before something goes wrong, not during it. Your entire way of thinking would shift from convenience to necessity, from passive use to active management. Collapse is not just about loss, it's about exposure. Exposure of how things actually work and how prepared you are. If you want more deep, realistic breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe to Off Grid Life Tech for more videos.